Okay, good morning, everybody. We've got quite the list today. We probably have about 20, 25 things on the list. I just took a screenshot of like the first 15 or so because I'm pretty sure everything at the very bottom doesn't really matter. And if it does, it'll pop up on the scanner when we start trading it. So we've got WBEV here, which is looking pretty decent, going from lows of 19 cents to highs here of 46 cents. So we've got a pretty decent range here. IOVA is looking pretty good too, going from lows of 750 to highs here of 865. So the range is a little bit more slim on this. I don't really know if it's going to be worth playing or not, but we'll keep an eye on it. SXTC not looking too bad either. Looks like it's got, well, realistically lows here of about 80 cents to highs here of $1.18, so it's not doing too bad. It is below the 200 though, so that's not necessarily great. SHPH here from lows of 252 to highs of 317. So we've got an okay range here. It looks like it is staying above the 200 and looking to break through VWAP. COSM yet again with another run this morning going from 53 cents to highs here of 69 cents. So we've got a good range here, bounced right off the 200 before. It looks like it's falling below it right now, but we'll see if it can pull back up on open. ENSC is not looking too bad, going from 216 here to $3. So we've got definitely a good range on this stock. We just hope we can see it move like that again. DBGI is looking pretty decent as well, going from lows of around 380 to highs here 440. It's looking pretty wicky on open here, getting close to open. So hopefully we see some volatility on that. And we'll take a look at whatever else pops up here. Take a look at Duo. No, I don't really like Duo. We've got EH. Nope, nothing there. TMTI. Nope. TFFP. Nope. I got USIN. Nope. OCFT. Nope. BSGM. Also no. LX. Oh, I think I typed that in. Nope, I got that right. But it still looks like crap. So yeah, we got lots of things on the list today. Not a lot of it's actually looking good. You probably just want to filter for higher volume. Did I type that in? Yeah, I did type that wrong. It's Fanny. Nope, nothing there. Novin, not really doing much. Not best. Yi. No, yeah, so we've got a lot of things. The scanner's full of crap today, is what it is. We've got a couple good things to play, so I don't think I'll bother with the rest of them at the bottom here, but we are looking like the market's going to open here pretty shortly, and we'll be able to take a play off some of this stuff. WBEV, if it breaks down from the VWAP line here, I'm going to be a little disappointed because I don't think we'll be playing until we hit that 32-cent range. We have IOVA here. It looks like it's holding so far. We'll see on open. So this one's actually looking a little bit better right now. Maybe SHPH is looking okay as well. I think COSM might actually run on open as well. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Right there. We'll have to see. That's a pretty nasty drop right there, all the way down to that support area at 58 cents. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we're seeing a nice recovery on COSM so far. IOVA is going for a little bit of a run. SHPH is holding nicely. Yeah, COSM's holding pretty good here. I do want to see it back down around that 50, 59, 58 cent range, and we'll see what we could do with that. We'll see what WBEV, if it holds here or not. SXTI, if it doesn't hold here, it's probably going to drop quite a bit further, possibly. So we're going to see if it breaks down or starts to hold here. ENSC not looking too bad. DBGI looking like it does want to run. It's hitting that top resistance area. I mean, you could move that up a little bit if you wanted to. So right here at this 20 EMA area, 418, I think I'm going to take a chance on it. DBGI, all right, we're down to 410, currently 408. Wow, we're going through a nasty drop here. Maybe around 408 to 405, something like that. Going to go for that 450 area because I do think it's bullish. And then we're going to go for like a 390. Just give it a 395 stop. Should be fine. So our stop's going to be around here. We're looking for about a 405 entry. you have to get a little higher, though, that's not really a huge issue. DBGI. $4.12. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna potentially hold in this area, which would be nice. And we're seeing COSM back down at that 59-cent point, which is somewhere we want to see. SHPH, a little bit of a dip here, down to that bottom area, 260. That's another decent area to look at maybe taking a play. I want to see if COSM breaks down. It's got a gap it could fill here down, but we might start to break out again. So I kind of want to take a 59-cent entry as well. I'm going to get that alert out. 0.59. You're going to be going for possibly 65 cents with a 0.5. I don't think we need more than a 0.57 stop loss. We're just going to give it a 2-cent stop. 0.7, 0.57 right there. Did I get into DBGI already? Yeah, I got in a little high on it, but that's okay. It looks like I could have been a little bit more patient, but you know what? It is what it is. This candle ended up turning out to be a little bullish, but this one's still looking pretty bearish. We did make our way back up to a 425 area. Not a terrible 410. That's not bad. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible at 425. You know, we're looking for probably about 20 to 25 cents for that first PT. So, I mean, for me, I'd really be looking around this 430 area for a price target. For the first one, anyway. COSM's at 60 cents right now. Just waiting for 0.59. SHPH is still looking pretty decent. WBEV looks like it is breaking out here, so it looks like it might be topping out a little bit. We'll see in a minute. Still waiting on SXTC and ENSC to show us some sort of strength. WBEV making that push again. We see DBGI here starting to take off here. We saw that dip down to 0.59. That's where we want to be on DBGI. So we're hoping to see this push past 0.60. If we get 0.61, that's a place we're going to be taking profits. Our stop down there at 0.57. DBGI still holding so far. Let's see here. IOVA, it's sitting pretty low. Nothing really holding it here. At least not too much, but we might see a turnaround. Let's see what else we got. WBEV still going, so I guess we could try a WBEV trade. We'd be looking at, I'd like to say 46 for an entry. Might be jumping it a little higher though. I'm going to go for 50. What's pretty reasonable here? Maybe 55. Go for 55 to start. And we're going to be going for probably like a 44 stop. So, you know, we're going to give it 2 cents. 44 is not exactly a great area, but we can't really afford to give it more. And that's going to be red. So we're looking at probably 55 here. I mean, realistically, if you got in 49, 52 is looking like a good spot to take some. 52, and then you could try like 54, but might as well push to 55 here. So we saw a push there up to almost 53. COSM still holding in that area, which is good. That's good. That's what we want to see. IOVA dropping a little bit. We have DBGI here pushing pretty close to that 430 area. So you know what? Even if it's just a cent off, that's fine. Just make sure you secure at least a little bit here. We just saw a push to 434, which is what we want to see. So it's looking pretty good here. 436, 439, 440. So, I mean, next one we're looking at about 450 to take some profits. WBEV makes that push to 52 cents. Looks like it might be topping out again, but we'll see. SXTC not really doing much. Same with the ENSC here. It's really got almost no volume on this candle so far. 15 seconds in and not showing a ton of volume, but it looks like it's picking up a little bit now. All right, Cosm pushes, or DBGI here pushes past that 450 zone. We hit 455, taking profits. DBGI 455-ish. Should have said that for the earlier one as well on the alerts, but that's okay. And then we also got WBEV taking profits 0.52. So we're doing pretty good well here on DBGI. WBEV's did okay. It's dropped pretty consistently here down to that 45 cent area. I mean, we could use this as an area to pick up more. I'm not actually against that. WBEV 0.45, 0.55 with a 0.43 stop. So we're gonna give it a little bit more room. I mean, if you can get 0.44, that would be fantastic. That actually gives you more room, but 0.43 should be fine if you can't wait. Okay. ENSC says, you know what? Neither of these things are actually looking too great right now. TXMD is popping up on the top here. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. We're seeing 450 to 530, so we've got a good pull here. I'm not really ready to play that though, so we're gonna let it be for now. Duo is also popping up pretty high, but that's not really doing much. Just gonna run through some tickers here. I think that's it for now. I think we're good with what we have. WBEV right off that 4-5 area. Yeah, I guess technically it touched 4-4 here. No, it was right at the bottom of 4-5, so 4-5 was probably the area you got in on then. Back up to 4-8, so you know what, take a little bit of profit there. WBEV 0.48. And then, you know, again, 0.52 is not looking too bad, but you could probably take some a little bit sooner if you want to. You could take some, all right, there we go. We got 0.52 right there, right like that. That was a much bigger jump than I anticipated. 0.53 even, 0.54 right there, taking a little bit more. .54. Nice jump. That was a huge, huge jump. All right, we didn't quite get that 0.55, but we got pretty close. A lot better than I anticipated. Cosm looking okay still. We haven't had a chance to take any extra profit off it though, so we're just holding on for right now. IOVA, yeah, not really doing anything extraordinary here. Missed the WBEV trade. You sleeping? Come on, man. That's okay, you'll catch another one. Or you'll make money on one that I lose on. The second WBEV entry was actually even better. Got a whole lot cheaper on it, and got a whole lot more profit because it just shot right up. So the second entry was actually way more worth it than the first one. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very, very healthy. We'll be looking to see it come back down there again to pick up some more, I think. Cosm's still looking okay too. It's starting to move back up now, so we're getting close to the 0.61 area to take a little bit. SHPH still dropping. We are holding on this last support area though. If we do break down, that's the danger point, I think. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room for failure below it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cosm looks like it wants to make that push up to the 0.61 area. DBGI still, you know what, I'm not really too keen on jumping on with more shares. I mean, we've taken majority of it out here, but you know, we have seen this up to 455. I do think it's a possibility we see it push higher, so I'm still holding on to a little bit, but I'm not really willing to take more shares until we get at least down to, I mean, VWAP looks okay, but I do think that it has a good chance it dumps a lot lower than that as well. This gap right here is a little worrisome. I feel like I would like to see this fill near the bottom here at 417. All right, let's take a look at Yep, that one's running. 612 to 680. So we've got a decent range on this so far. It's just a matter of how far is this actually going to go. We're kind of in no man's land right now. Literally no man's land. We haven't seen these numbers in... Yeah, okay. Alright, not that long ago, I guess. So, I mean... we might start seeing some resistance up at 750, so that would be the area I'd start to get concerned around. Now, are we close enough to really be concerned about that? We're starting to get there, because if I jumped in now, that's what I'd be looking at. I'm gonna leave it alone for right now. COSM point at 60, almost 6.3 here, so make sure you take some profits on that. Some profits. COSM 0.62-ish, because you can almost get 0.63 out of it. But you know what? I'll take 0.62 any day of the week. DBGI making that push again. WBEV back down. We're getting real close. You know what? It would probably be a healthy bounce to see a bounce off this 0.47, maybe 0.46. We don't really want to see it back at the 0.45 area, so we could possibly take another WBEV entry here, 0.47, to 0.55 again with a 0.40. I'm gonna give it a 0.44 stop. That's a lot. That's a lot of stop, but might actually cut sooner than that, honestly. WBEV's just looking good like over and over here. ENSC not doing anything. WBEV still holding up 49-cent area. We've got DBGI starting to break out here. I should have taken the VWAP bounce entry. Would have had more shares under my belt here. But we're still holding on to a little bit. Man, I can't believe it's Monday already. That weekend flew by. .64 would we take 455? So I mean, like realistically, you're probably looking at least 470 before we take a little bit more. It's not necessarily a bad thing that the weekend flew by. I enjoy trading, so I'm okay with this. The only part I don't really like is getting up super early. COSM back down a little bit here, so we did see it bounce up to 62.90. Not really in it to take more shares yet because the range is pretty slim here. I don't really want to... I mean, like, we're on margin now, so we can take a million trades if that's what it comes down to. But at this point, I'm not really sure that's something I want to do. Made up to 0.51 here on WBEV. We're looking at... I mean, if you got in at 0.47, you're probably looking at, taking some at 50 or 51. I got in at 48, so I'm looking at, maybe 50. You know what, 51 actually would have been okay. 3 cents is fine, right? We're looking for that 1-to-1 ratio at that, on that first trade, so, or first price target. We are down all the way to that 46-cent area. So this is the bottom of where you'd want to buy in. And we could look at adding more shares on this. Take another trade here. This is a tough one. I'm not sure I want to add more to it. I'm gonna kick myself if it moves up and I don't. I think I'm going to leave it. I've got enough shares right now. I'll be fine. I'll survive. COSM's still looking okay. TXMB not doing much. Still climbing. 727. So it's actually getting up pretty high. I mean, we were talking about that 750 resistance area, so we're going to see if it can break through 750. I think the sky's the limit on this, so maybe if it breaks through 750 to some strength, we might try getting in, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see what WBEV does here. I'm really upset that ENSC isn't moving because I had such a nice range earlier. It should have just kept going with it. WBEV not really looking like it's giving us much to work with right now. We're getting very close to that zero threshold on MACD here, so we're going to see if it breaks down a little bearish. If we start breaking through VWAP and heading down, I don't know. The ES knife. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very bullish though on the 1 minute. What's it look like on the 5 minute? Yeah, you know what? Still pretty bullish on the 5 minute too. I'd say like you're looking at a bottom here. Right? Right around that 40-44 area. WBEV still holding. We will see. DBGI did push back down to that VWAP area. We could look at taking some, or picking up some more shares in this area. Although I think honestly on the 5 minute we could still see this coming back down to like the 425 area. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit more of a breakdown there. We hit 428. WBEV making a push up a little bit here. Yeah, that could be the end of the pullback. I think I'm going to pick up some more shares at 46. WBEV 0.46, 0.55 with a 0.44 stop loss. So we'll use the same stop loss. MACD still dropping on DBGI, yeah. Yeah, it's starting to break bearish here, so we might see that actual breakdown I was talking about back down to maybe 411. We'll see. WBEV looking pretty good here. Looks like it's going to start making that push that we wanted to see. Fingers crossed. Back up to 4.8. Looking for push 4.9 right here. We go 4.9. So if you got in, if you happen to squeak in that 0.46, you're doing pretty good. I got in 0.47 again. Not quite where I wanted to be. I should have been more patient with that, seeing as how I had an entirely open trade already. But you know what? It is what it is. But you know what? 0.49, 0.50 from there. I'm good with taking some profits at 0.50. 0.50 on WBEV, both open trades. Just to secure a little bit. You know, somewhere around 0.49 or 0.50. We got lots of shares, so taking some a little bit early is going to actually be beneficial for us because I don't want to miss out on that. And I'm only playing with 5% of the portfolio per trade, so sometimes I'm going to open up multiple instances of the same trade just to kind of double down on it if I'm feeling good about it. Shippa is curling. Yep, definitely is curling. That's for sure. That's a nice nice curl. 255 to 285 already. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Wow, Jesus. All right. Well, we're not touching that right yet. That's for sure. There's going to be no chance of getting in on that. But it looks good. Very volatile, actually. Very volatile. Yeah, I missed it too. Yeah. We saw that rising volume. That looked good. WBEV touched 0.50 here with ease. So, I mean, seeing where we are on this, I think it'd be pretty okay to say the next one's going to be 52. And then you could try for 54. CPHI, let's take a look. Well, yeah, that one's running pretty good too. From 13 cents to 23 cents. That's huge. That's massive. That is big. What's the news on this? Let's take a look. CHPI, or no, CPHI. Press releases, December 5th. Is today December 5th? Holy crap. Let's see. China Pharma Holdings announced the acquisition of dry eye disease therapeutic device project. Okay. This device has a patent. Epidemiological research shows that incident rates of DED is about 25 to 30%. 30% of them are dead? That's not what that means. And the incident rate of people over 65 years old is 65 years old is 75% in China. Got it. So 75% of old people in China have dry eyes. I think that's what that means. Okay. All right. I'll roll with it. It looks pretty good. Sounds good. Probably curing some dry eyes. That's important. I hate dry eyes. I really do. WBEV going to stop us out on those two trades on the remainders. Kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. We're kind of in a no man's land here, so I think we're going to leave it alone for a little bit. Oops, not lock. We want it gone. As far as CPH goes, we could be bouncing off the 9 EMA here. CPHI, I mean. I'd say more than likely not. I think we're going to come down to at least VWAP here, but we're going to see that volume's died out a little bit. Oh, and yeah, Leandro, it did hit my stop loss, yes. It's most certainly did. COSM going to stop us out on the remainder as well, but that's okay because we got more than we could have hoped for out of that one. Shupa not doing a whole lot. We are still seeing CPHI drop a little bit. What else we got going on? AGTI. That's a no. That's a big fat no. CAS. CAS with the gap up, but yeah, SCG halted earlier. Also no. TFFP. Don't like that. GMVD. This stock always pops up and never looks good. Assert. Tuya. We could take a look at Tuya. This one's not looking too great either. The range is like almost non-existent. Tuya. Tuya, $1.30 to $1.40. Yeah, it's not terrible in the range, but like we're more immediately looking at probably like $1.36 to $1.44, which isn't like fantastic, but yeah, it's not great. It's just not great. Looks like it bounced off that 730 zone, so it's getting pretty close to that 750 area we were talking about, but yeah, it's not showing the strength I'd like to see. So WBEV continues to fall here. CPHI is, you know what, it's not looking too bad. The report of lowering production to meet demand is false. Still super weak. Probably a lot that doesn't know. Oh, so someone was deliberately trying to tank Tesla. Is that what it was? Well, that's just rude. Wouldn't that be like the opposite of a whistleblower? A whistle sucker? No, that doesn't sound right. I don't like that at all. You sold too soon? Hit your PT? Yeah. Sometimes it just be like that though. It's looking okay here. Holding is hard. That's probably like the hardest part. Hardest part, not holdest part. Yeah, it's tough, especially in a market like this, because like you find a lot that looks good and then all of a sudden you just get chopped out on it, or you know, it doesn't look good. Like Shupa, for instance, here didn't really look too great, and then all of a sudden just took off, right? So it's tough. It's half of it's just luck, you know, taking your chance, getting into things that look half decent, hoping for the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As long as you got good risk management and you're like somewhat decent at picking the right stocks, you can make it work. DBGI is still looking okay. Damn it, I should have picked up more shares down at 430. I knew I should have. You need a good mouse? Yeah. What is mine? Razer Naga Pro. That's what it is. That's a good one. It's a gaming mouse, so I don't know if you need that. It's like 90 bucks. Well, it was 90 bucks. I don't know what it is anymore, but Razer Naga Pro. NAGA. Yeah, it's my best mouse I've ever had. I've used it for like 12 years. Not specifically this specific mouse, but that brand and style of mouse. I've bought it like 12 times. Buy a new one each year. There's nothing I'm really liking except CPHI. I'm going to go ahead and jump in on CPHI. I'm already upset that I missed CPHI. I'm really upset I missed that 19-cent entry now, but I don't really want to jump in higher than 0.20. I think 0.20 is like reasonable. 0.25 and then a 0.19 stop. So we're going to give it that 1 cent. But we're going to give it the bottom of that 1 cent. Wired or wireless? Wired is, well, I mean, there's not really one that's better for stocks, but I know that you have ADHD, therefore wired is better. And I bought the wireless one, but I just plugged it in anyway, because I can never remember to charge anything except my phone, because I plug it in when I go to bed. So, you know, yeah, it's just better to have wired, because if your mouse dies on you, it's a nightmare. Or if your headset dies on you, it's a nightmare. So it's just better to have wired everything, because then you don't have to worry about charging it. We're at 0.22 here on CPHI. Yeah, CPHI. I keep wanting to call it CHPI, but I refuse to do that. Back to 38, yeah. So this could be a good area for a bounce, actually. If there was an area on WBEV that I think is going to bounce, it's going to be here. So I'm actually going to chance it at 0.38. I'm going to say 0.50. I mean, like, that's a long haul of a move, but we might actually get it. And then a 0.3. I'm going to give it 0.36. That's really stretching the limits of our stop loss, but it's too high still. I would say it's too high for an entry, yeah. Yeah, those breakouts aren't really super common nowadays. Remember the good old days, we get breakouts all the time. Every day. If you didn't get your entry on CPHI, you're getting one now at 20, maybe 19 cents. You might even get 19 cents here. Let's see. I don't know if I need to hold out for 19 cents or not. No, I'm not going to do it. 20 to 19 cents is fine. That's where I wanted to get in anyway. Getting at the bottom of 20, that's good enough. That's basically 19 cents. WBEV actually not looking too bad here. Atuya not doing anything. Down pretty good. What else we got? Not a whole lot. CHPH is not honestly looking too bad in this zone here. It's holding that 270 area nice and firm. Looks like it might start to move back up. It's got a lot of EMAs to break through, though. It's got all the EMAs to break through. The Glorious Gaming Mouse Model D. Never even heard of that. Where did I get in on CPHI? Wait. What is it? Yeah, CPHI. I was right. I got it at 20 cents. You had me confused because I keep calling it CHPI as well, so I didn't know if I was actually wrong. Well, that's interesting. ISM data's out. Was it good or bad? That's a decent looking mouse. Looks really light. What bothers me is that the holes in it mean the dust can get in it and you can't really clean it out. Oh no, don't stop me out. On my computer, I don't use them on my mouse. I don't want to accidentally hit them. I mean, you could technically do it on your mouse if you wanted to. Yeah, we're stopping out on CHPI. That's just bollocks. CPHI. Lame. 0.19. That's okay though. You know what? It kind of looked like a double top, so I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. So on WBEV here, if we can push to 40 like right now, we can take a little bit off the table. Taking a bit of profit, WBEV 0.40. Haven't heard that in 10 years yet. I didn't post it? What the hell? Did it not go through? You know what it is? I think something got changed on my bot. So if there's any sort of mistake that I write, it just doesn't go through because I'll take a screenshot again. I did post it. I swear to God, I posted it. I just forgot the... Okay, it did send. I was really confused there. I did post it. It just didn't go through. Happened again. It's always on the trades that work out too. It's the worst. Oh yeah, look at that knife. That's a nice knife. Just continues to drop. Ooh, A is making its move again. It's going for bottomed out at 660, back up to $7. Yeah, you know what? We're back in that area again. It's too high for me to want to even try. Anyways, WBEV, it looks like it's dipping back down to 39. That could be an okay place to get into it, but this is showing a lot of selling pressure, so maybe just wait a minute. You might be able to get 38. It's a possibility. DBGI passed that 470 zone, so we're actually at 480. I'm going to take some more profit on those shares. Taking some more profit, DBGI, 480-ish. Hey, there you go. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. Oh, damn. We just pushed to 487. I should have waited like 5 seconds to take profits. Did it go through? Okay, no, yeah, it did go through. It just, okay, yeah, I just totally missed it. But yeah, it did go through. It just didn't actually have the layout because I missed the actual, what's it called? The prompt I have to type in before I start typing the numbers, I missed that part of the alert. And so it didn't give it the template. It just stopped us out and then it went right back up. How ballsy of this stock. Okay, hang on. I want back in. I want back in. CPHI 0.19, 0.25 with a 0.18. We're going to try it again. Hoping CPHI. I typed that in, right? Yeah, CPHI. Hoping that this actually holds around this 19-cent area and doesn't dip down to 18. If it dips down to 18, I'm going to blacklist this stock. I'm never going to touch it again. Whoa, 21. Okay. Taking profits, CPHI 0.21. That was big. I'll take that. That makes up for our stop earlier. DBGI up to 48. WBEV holding that 40-cent mark. I think this is going to be a good trade. I just kind of want to see some strength behind this move, and we're not seeing that quite yet. EH still not doing anything. SHIPA not doing much. We're back down to 19 cents on CPHI after hitting 21.5. I mean, even if we stop out at this point, it's not a huge deal. We hit 21, which is pretty big. What is that? What are we looking at for percentage here? Yeah, it was like almost 10.5% or so. 56.5 actual and 53.4 expecting. Concerns of inflation. I'd say so. They were saying, like, in Bank of Canada that mortgage rates could possibly hit double digits here in Canada. That would be a nightmare for a lot of people. But on the flip side, if you don't own a house, that's a good news, because very soon there's going to be a lot of them on the market. Apple mouse and keyboard. You are an Apple fanboy. You know what? I've never been a fan of Apple mice. 4 yellow lines I have on my chart. 4 yellow lines. Like, are we talking CPHI, or are we talking like this one on Shippa? These yellow lines, these are support and resistance areas, if that's the lines you're talking about. If you're talking about this one down here, that's a 200 EMA. But yeah, if you're talking the yellow lines that go straight across, those are support and resistance from pre-market. I've never tried the Apple mouse, so I can't actually honestly say if it's good or bad. All I know is it's probably more expensive than it needs to be. Even when I had my MacBook, I still didn't use an Apple keyboard and mouse. I would use Razer. I have a Corsair keyboard now, which is the first time I've kind of even strayed away from Razer. Use those discounts, yeah. Is it because you're a student? You have Red Dragon? Yeah. Everybody likes Red Dragon. I don't get it. Oh, you work at Apple. Okay. Then that makes sense. Yeah, totally. That's probably cheaper than Razer then. Yeah, no kidding. I think I had a Red Dragon mouse a very long time ago, and it felt cheap. I know a lot of mices and people who use them competitively like the lightweight stuff, but I kind of like Razer because it's kind of heavy. Makes it feels like it's got worth to it, you know? When I find something that's like super light, I'm like, oh, this just feels cheap. And that's actually a case on a lot of products. Like TELUS did something with remotes, right? Where they sent out remotes with their little boxes, whatever they're called, PVR boxes, and people complained because the remotes felt cheap. Well, they recalled them, and all they did was they put weights in the remote and sent them back out, and nobody complained because it was heavier, so it obviously means it's better. Where do I draw them? It's not overnight data, just usually pre-market. So that's why CPHI, I don't have anything on this because there wasn't, well, one, there wasn't a whole lot of pre-market, and I also didn't see this one, right? But like if you go here, I just draw it all from pre-market data. That's it. If I'm looking at something that's running past a high, like EH, for instance, I'll move up to like the hourly and zoom out, and you can kind of start to get ideas on like bigger macro levels, I guess. But yeah, beyond that, I usually just use pre-market data to do my support and resistance lines. That's the most immediate thing I care about. That's why I like MacBooks though, because they're so damn heavy. I'm sure they've made them lighter, but like I bought mine in 2017 and it was like 4 pounds or something. It was beefy. With ceramic mouse feet, nice. I want to get a new MacBook. I was hoping they were going to go on sale, and then I forgot that Apple doesn't ever actually have sales, and by nature, I'm just frugal, so I just didn't buy it. Same thing with the Odyssey Arc. I had no problem spending $3,000-$4,000 on a monitor, but the fact that it didn't go on sale for Black Friday just pissed me off, so I didn't buy it. The Logitech MX Master. You know what? I've never really tried a Logitech thing. I had Logitech speakers and they were shit, and I haven't touched Logitech past that. Oh, gross. That's not for gaming. That's an old man mouse, Scott. You can't do that. You're not there yet. You need another 30 years. At least 30 years. Like that's a mouse that someone's sitting there playing chess on their computer with. I don't like that. Don't get that one. It's helpful for Excel sheets. That's even worse. You're literally just making this worse for yourself. Ugh. That's two things I hate. That mouse and Excel sheets. Alright, WBev, let's see a push here. That's better for your wrist. You know, they actually make a Razer Naga Pro, but tiny. Now, the tiny one sounds like it's not terrible, but it depends on the size of your hand. Like this one, it feels good for me, but if you have smaller hands than I do, you probably should try the mini mouse. It might be good for your wrist. I find that if you don't have the right mouse, it can really mess up your wrist. And it's weird because it's just like the position of your fingers. And it depends on how you like to hold it. Like some people claw their mouse and some people just have their hand like laid out on top. It really depends, right? Scott, you're like one of those people that wants the mouse that's literally like a joystick that just rolls around and you just hold it and the buttons are on the side to click or something. They make one of those. I don't remember who makes it, but I've seen it, and it's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's good for offices, apparently, because it's really good for your wrist to not be like this, but to be like that. Yeah, like a vertical mouse, yeah. Very strange. DBGI still pushing. I'm like out of shares on this, though. I think I've got 5 shares left, so I mean, I'm basically out of DBGI at this point. Hey, way to go. 0.98. That's so close to 1. That's so annoying, though. And the most annoying part is, like, you really shouldn't push for that whole percent because if you do it, you're gonna lose. Oh, gross. It's like a sailboat, but a mouse. Don't like it. It looks like an alien spaceship. Hey, way to go, Rami. You're off trader rehab. Rubber ducky. Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. Oh, God. Scott, no. I can just imagine you're sitting there, you're trying to play Warzone, and you got a mouse like that. Gambling Anonymous just finished? Yeah. No kidding. Well, this is boring. The market's just like not really doing anything. We just hit our stop too. We just got chopped out on WBev here, but I still walked out with a little bit there, so I'm not completely upset about it. But I was really kind of hoping to see a recovery. I still think there's going to be on the stock. It's just not right now. And with the data that just came out, I'm pretty sure that just killed the market. But we're back up on CPHI. We're almost saying 22, so make sure you take a little bit of profit at that 22 cent mark because we're doing pretty good on this trade already. There we go, 22 and a half. Take some more. CPHI 0.22-ish. It's one of those tickers that's going to get me because we used to play CHPI a lot. So now we're switching to CPHI. That's just going to screw everything up. You went to futures. Nice. Were you short in ES? Or maybe you went long recently. Toro's given nothing but sell signals on the 1 minute. Big sell signals. Nice. I did it. I made the switch back to Apex. I was on Blue Sky, and then Apex was like, hey, 80% off. You can get like 10 accounts for the price of one Blue Sky, and we're going to fund you in 10 or 7, 8 trading days or whatever. I was like, all right, fine. I will sell my soul to the devil once more. The rest are evils. We saw 2-3 on CPHI. Take some more there. We're just looking for a cent up each time. More profit. CPHI 0.23. Might even get 0.24 here shortly. This is a nice push. What are we at here? What are we at? Currently sitting around 21% profit. So we've over doubled it. That's nice. That's nice. So, just an FYI, guys, I don't know if anybody didn't and still wants to, but if you're looking at maybe upgrading your plan to a longer term one to save more money and you just didn't have enough time, it looks like KSauce hasn't actually switched the pricing over, so you still have a small chance here. We did hit 0.24 here on CPHI, so make sure you take a little bit more profit. Gonna go ahead and make that alert. CPHI 0.24. Hopefully people are getting the idea here. 1 cent each time. We're just going to take a little bit each time. DBGI pushes its way up to $5. Ah, I should have sold there. I mean, it's 5 shares, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter at this point, but when he wakes up, yeah. I thought I saw him online earlier. I think he's just, maybe he just was just up for a second. Oh yeah, that applies to Toro as well. So if you didn't get your Toro thing for $25, now's the time. Or maybe the code still works. Wasn't there a code or something? I think he posted something in announcements. Yesterday, 8 p.m. Yeah, Flash, 15% off or something. I don't know what it is, but there's a code there. So if you do upgrade, try and use that. Murdered it in a good way. Yeah, look at that. I should turn that on. Probably would have saved me. Where did I stop out the first time? I don't know. I can't tell. I think it was this first little first time it dipped down to 19 cents here. Was the time I got destroyed. But we're making some good money here on the second round of it, so that's good. On Webull PC? I don't trade on Webull because I'm Canadian, so I don't have access to it. But it's okay. I mean, I would say it's far from the best. It doesn't have direct market access, so that's a problem for the kind of trading that we do. But it's all in all, it's not the worst. I really only scoff at people who use Robinhood because Robinhood's just not something people should be using. But besides Robinhood, they're okay. What's that? Is that the volume profile on the side there? Yeah, Webull's not. It depends what you're using to trade, right? If you're doing options, I'm sure Webull's probably fine. I think Thinkorswim's actually better for options. If you're trading stocks, you want to make sure that it's direct market access. That's basically it. And only if you're really trading the kind of stocks that we trade, doing what we do. If you're trading normally, I don't even think direct market access really matters. But if you're scalping, it does. Arval state and Arval direction, yeah. Yeah, so we can kind of get into what direct market access is because it's kind of important for people. This is something that most traders actually don't know, which kind of astounds me. And I guess because for the most part, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But if you're on a brokerage that's free, it's not free. They're making money off you because they're taking your order. So if you put an order into Webull, like let's say you want to buy 5,000 shares of CPHI at 0.19 whatever, right? So if you do that and you market order, they're taking your order and they're going to sell it to a third party. That third party is going to say, okay, this guy wants to get in at 0.19 cents for 5,000 shares. So they're going to fill you closer to the bottom of 0.19, but show you that you're filled closer to the top of 0.19 so that they can take the money in between, right? And then that's where you get filled as the top of 0.19. So that's where your order gets scalped, right? They're scalping your orders. So, Webull makes money off of you because they're selling your order. The third party makes money off you because they're giving you a shittier fill, and it takes longer to get that fill too because they're deciding where to fill you at. They might have a computer that does it, but it still takes extra time. Does TD Ameritrade like Thinkorswim? So this is the weird part with Thinkorswim. So from what I hear, as they advertise, they do have direct market access, but the problem is they don't have it on for people. You have to explicitly call them and tell them you want direct market access turned on. We are past $5 here on DBGI. We could take a little bit more anywhere here. Yeah, around 510. I think I'm going to try and take my exit here. So yes and no, they do have direct market access, but you have to call them and tell them to turn it on because they're still a free brokerage. So most people just assume it's automatically turned on. So it is what it is. You have to, they swindle you the same as everybody else unless you know better. Almost at that 510, so I'm going to say taking more profit, DBGI, 510, closing out trade. Probably going to regret this, but we actually made a really good trade on DBGI. That was a hell of a trade looking back at it. Thinkorswim's a good option, especially if you're not sure if you want to do equities or options, because they're okay for equities because they have the direct market access, and I hear they're pretty good for options as well. I got in on DBGI at 409, and my average sell is now 499. So we almost secured, we secured 90 cents. I was going to say we almost secured $1, but it's 90 cents. I know, back here, right here, this would have been the perfect time, but I could have sworn it was going to dip more. I should have been reading the candles a little bit better. Yeah, unfortunate to say the least. We could look for a re-entry, but we're up pretty high now, so it's kind of hard to say. And honestly, nothing else is really looking fantastic right now. I don't even think we made 10 trades today. What did we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 9 trades. This is so funny because I've been like past 3 months just struggling to like only take 10 trades. And then I'm like, finally, we're on a margin again. We can take as many trades as we want. We haven't hit 10 trades once this month yet. Oh, him. Gotcha. I thought you meant me. I can't speak for Scott here. Yeah, nothing else is moving right now. WBEV, nope. DBGI, well, I mean, yeah, that's moving, but we don't really want to be jumping in on that. Shapa might actually be going for something here. It looks like it could possibly break out. It needs to... Yeah, Tate really needs to get higher than like 295 here. I want to see a little bit more of a push. What's my P&L today so far? 3.7% on the portfolio, which is about 192 bucks. Doesn't sound like a lot. It's not a lot, but we're only starting with $5,000 on this, so I mean, like, it is what it is. On a 5K account, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like realistically, I'm only really aiming for like 2% a day. So anything past that's good. But we had to make up for the second. The second we only made 1.1%. It was such a shit day. Made $55. Um, but yeah, the first day of December we took 7 trades, made 4% on the port. Then today we're 3.7% on the port, so we're doing okay. Yep, ship definitely broke out. I said it was gonna do something, and you know what? I just didn't get in. Now we're hitting resistance, so definitely not gonna get in on resistance here. Big rip on that, but you know what? It is what it is. We're still holding on to some CPHI. I might look at getting in on some more eventually somewhere. Not really sure yet. Trusting it at 90 EMA, waiting for a big pullback. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Well, I mean, the good news with that is if you can buy in on VWAP, you don't need a lot of room then, right? Like if you look at dips, we see it 9 EMA here at 471, and the dip comes down to 464, and we see it here at 480. What was that? 482, 482, and a dip down to 477. So you're looking at less than 10 cents per dip, right? So I mean, if you get in at the 200 or the 9 EMA, you can give it a 10-cent stop and you'd be fine. Your veal looks so different. Oh, VWAP. Then mine's the green one here. So my VWAP is currently at 461. That does look a little different, yeah. Is it VWAP session? These are the settings on mine. Oh, you thought, yeah, my blue is the 20 EMA. Your VWAP is blue, not green. That's confusing. You should turn it green. I feel like VWAP is always green. I mean, that's just because I've always had my VWAP green. Yours is white? That's just weird. All right, so we'll go over this really quickly here. So like I was saying, $192 today. It's 3.7% of the portfolio. We're up to 54 and a half this month already. So we made about $450 this month. As far as trade summary goes, we hit 90% today. I actually did not think we did that good, but apparently we did. 5% loss on CPHI that first time, which is pretty much our max stop loss. So I mean that's kind of ouch, but it is what it is. Don't know why this says AUVI tracker's messed up again. But yeah, 90%. So we're not doing too bad. I thought today was worse than it was, I guess. What's our win rate? Hang on, let me go back. Where can I go to see that again? Money board. Our win rate currently 79%, which is not good. Not good. I'd like to try and keep it above 80 still, but we'll see. We still have, wow, WBET just really taking a dump here. We still have CPHI with some shares, so we might actually hit like $200 this month, or today, not this month. DBGI, nasty drop. So there's that nasty drop you were talking about. The white VWAP gang, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I might take some more trades this afternoon. I don't really know right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I mean, DBGI might still be in play. CPHI still looks half decent. SHPH here is not looking too bad. It's looking okay. So I might end up taking another trade and going on this. But yeah, I'm not limiting it just to the first hour. I'm also not really pushing it for 10 trades or anything past or anything below. It's just kind of if I see something that I like, I'm gonna alert it and take it. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for that. Other than that, guys, we're done for the day. So hopefully you made some money. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.